Before COVID, a visit to my mom in the dementia unit of her assisted living would go as follows. Hello, kiss, a bit of chit chat, read a few storybooks together, maybe manicure her nails, kiss and hug goodbye. I'll spare you the parts about the time when she is in pain and begging me for more meds, when there's no nurse to be found and I have to reassure her over and over. Since we have been in the pandemic, our relationship and my attitude have transformed. I now say I love you. We snuggle and we kiss each other on the cheeks and hands, and I take every single visit I am allowed with deep gratitude. And spending much more time together, despite the ever-changing COVID restrictions, than we would have otherwise. During the lockdowns, when non-medical persons were not allowed in, I had to get creative. Let me back up a bit. I had to get over my screaming and crying first. Then I got creative. I made posters for my mom with large cutouts of cheery flowers from the Brex catalog and large lettering with messages such as, I love you, and I love you more than pumpkin pie, and Ed will call you tomorrow. I would plaster them against her window, and she would shade her eyes, straining to see them against the glare. Almost daily I would stand in front of my mom's bedroom window, a cell phone in one hand, a book in the other. There were many times I risked frostbite, or it was so rainy the book would get soaked in my attempts to juggle a book, a phone, and an umbrella. During these times I would pray for God to get me through with a smile. Then when I headed back to my car, I would double over, sobbing. Many times during these window visits, I would see 3 or 4 meals worth of trash on my mother's tray table, and she often complained of having her pants soaked through. Of course, I contacted management and tried to make it better, but not much improved until I was able to get back into the building and see her regularly. I had to give it to God, just like I ask God to help my mom know each time I am smiling behind the mask. The in-person visits with 6-foot mandated social distance never went too well either. It took all my energy and all God's grace to keep me light and positive when my mom would ask every 2 minutes why I'm seated so far across the room, when we used to sit shoulder to shoulder, huddling over a beautiful storybook, talking, laughing, and bonding. I basically went from taking the visits for granted, from limiting them pre-COVID so I wouldn't get burnt out, to post-COVID, where I passionately, violently need these visits as if my life depends on it. Just today we were informed of an 8-day lockdown where my mom lives, meaning no visits and no promise of virtual visits either, due to a staff shortage. Like a person thirsty in the desert, I dream of the time when I can hug my mom again, soak and manicure her nails, and stroke the fragile skin on her hands and face.